I'm Ernest White II, storyteller and explorer. You know, Namibia isn't just about spectacular landscapes or exotic animals. If you want to experience the engaging, diverse communities that make up this amazing country, you gotta go to the north. I'm Ernest White II, storyteller, explorer. I believe in connecting across backgrounds and boundaries.
I mean, look at us. We're chasing the sunset.
Join me and my friends. What's going on, boy? And discover that no matter the background, no matter the history, the whole world is our tribe. Come with me. Fly brother. If you love to travel, please like and subscribe to the Fly Brother YouTube channel for full episodes from the television series, exclusive interviews and outtakes, travel tips, and details about upcoming meetups and trips with me to some of my favorite destinations around the world. Subscribe and let's fly. Namibia. Covering some 512,000 square miles of desert and bush, Namibia's landscapes are formidable. But I'm here for the people, and there's no better place to start making new friends than in the modest but modern capital city of Windhoek. One of those new friends is Anna Mafwila, entrepreneur and tour guide who operates Katu Tours in the bustling township of Katutura, a legacy of apartheid-era segregation. Anna takes guests on bicycle and walking tours, educating folks about the history and culture of the place.
Well, we're just explaining that actually while there is a lack of cultural exchange, particularly here in Katutura, where you don't see a lot of tourists or anything, is because people usually just come. They have their first night in Windhoek, they pick up their car, it's all about animals and scenery, but not really about the people. And if they are going to see people, it's those that are in concessions like the Bushmen or the Himbers. So the cultural exchange usually ends at Joe's Beer House. So they arrive, they pick up the car, and then the next morning they leave, and then when they come back again, they drop off the car, they stay in a nice hotel to get rid of the bush, and then the next day they fly out. So usually this part is really cut off then from such kind of exposure, let alone for tourism to flourish here.
So, you know, often when people think about Africa, they usually think about the landscapes or the animals, not the people so much,
Exactly.
you know, at least when it comes to tourism.
Exactly.
I mean, how do you feel about that?
Well, that's exactly the reason why I started up what I do now, cultivars, is to try actually and bridge that. That is not a country. A country without its people basically is not a country. So in that sense, just to take wildlife and the scenery as the main focus of a country does not really give you a full picture of the people living in there. When we got independence under the SWAPO logo. It's a really nice meat. It's a very nice, the fat, as you can see. We're just imagine putting it on the brine, it's just sizzling and you go like snap. Yum, yum.
I promise I was a vegan when I woke up this morning. Worst meat ever. I'm having up. Anna gives me the skinny on all the goodies at Katutura's open market.
This is amarula oil. You know, amarula is like Baileys. The fruit, we drink it, obviously, the liquor, and then the nut, we press it, and make it into oil. So it's almost like extra virgin fresh oil. So you can put it on anything. It doesn't have a taste on the tongue, salt or something, so it comes out in the pellet. So it's really good in hot food.
Okay.
So, this is them cooked. Yeah, this is them cooked. So this is the mupane warm cooked, very delicious dish.
Okay, now I really am vegan.
And look at that, this is what I love. With all this pollution and everything else.
Tired.
tires as now sow. This is a new innovative way. Instead of finding them at the bottom of our lakes and everything else, it's good actually that we do something about it. And this is really a nice way of cleaning up after recycling. Absolutely.
For food and friends, Katutura is an excellent, if not obvious, starting point in Namibia, a country with a natural warmth that transcends its history. Located on the Atlantic Ocean in southwest Africa, Namibia is named for the vast Namib Desert, considered to be the world's oldest. Carved rock paintings dating back to 26,000 BC signal a long line of human habitation, from the nomadic San, Damara, and Nama peoples to the Bantu herdsmen who began migrating into the region in the 14th century AD. European colonizers mostly skirted the dangerous coastline until the end of the 19th century, when Germany occupied much of what it called German Southwest Africa to strip the land of its diamonds, gold, copper, platinum, and yes, diamonds. Pre-colonial Namibians, of course, rebelled as much as possible in the face of oppression and genocide, while Germany surrendered the colony to neighboring South Africa at the end of World War I. Ruled under South Africa's policy of apartheid, Namibians fought a decades-long war for liberation, finally gaining independence on March 21, 1990. From Katutura, we drive due north into the tropical flatlands that mark the region known as Ovambo Land. Our first stop in Ovambo Land, the former 19th century Lutheran mission turned museum called Nakambale. The word means the one who wears the hat, and here they will christen you with a nickname as soon as you step out of the car. So, what's the importance of nicknames in Oshiwambo, the local language?
You see, Ovambo people, they like to give a nickname for what the people like to do.
Okay.
Like if you like to do this, they give a name from that you like to do. And there was one of the Finnish missionary who was live here in Ovambo land, and then he didn't have a hair.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Ovambo people, they make him, they give a name, a nickname, Angwala.
Angwala.
Yeah, Angwala, because he don't have a hair like you.
Okay.
You are Angwala. I think you are also Angwala.
Angwala.
Yeah,
I received that name.
Yeah. Shivambo name.
My Oshiwambo name,
Yeah,
Angwala. Named for the largest ethnic group in Namibia, Ovambo land straddles the border between Namibia and Angola and is the most densely populated part of the country. At Ongula Village Homestead Lodge, folklorist Eric Shilomboleni shows us how they keep traditional practices going as a source of cultural and economic sustainability for the Ovambo community.
Welcome to one of the oldest game in Africa, as well as in Ovambo land. It's been practiced by all forefathers and for the new generation. It's normally just done for social purpose. Once people are done with field work, they have to come here and then play the game, just for the sake of friendship and then just to keep the family alive.
Okay. What's the game called again?
Owela, in our local dialect.
Okay.
It's like African chess. Can be played by the elder, by fathers, by mother, and the children as well. Mix of family.
So what's the objective then? I know we've got two nuts here. What are these nuts called?
The nuts are called mangeti shells, normally from the tree called mangeti.
Mangeti shells.
Mangeti shells.
Okay, and so these are ours. Are we on a team?
We're on the team. Two this side, two that side.
Okay.
Now it's like Manchester or Arsenal play together.
Right.
It's
Manchester. Man, you.
And then Chelsea now. So now we can, the game start.
And the idea then is to get all your nuts down to the end.
Yeah, when you win is when you finish with all nuts to your side.
And how long then does it take usually to get through one
It
game?
depends on your arithmetic, No, not you don't jump.
Okay.
How to
Oh, there's rules.
There's rules.
There's rules and procedures. Now we take this one.
Okay.
It's yours.
Oh, thank you. Like, bam, we won.
We won it. Yeah, we are the champion.
That's what I'm talking about.
Champion.
It was a nice game. We won. I have no idea how we won. I couldn't describe it. I couldn't tell you a replay. I couldn't give you any information on how to play the game, but I know that we won. Slightly overcast with palm trees, heat, and humidity, Ovambo land reminds me a lot of my home state of Florida, but without theme parks and outlet malls. Another reminder of home, however, is community. And here, teamwork makes the daily chores, such as the processing of marula oil, seem a bit less rigorous. Marula oil comes from the kernels of the marula tree and is used for cooking, cosmetics, and to treat leather. Okay, I did say a bit less rigorous.
Women, they do more in our traditional setup, and they do a lot of household chores. They do cooking, they do collect firewood and water and cook for the family. As you can see, she's busy now, do the squeezing of marula oil for the family.
So they still have to do all that and take care of the kids.
And they also to take care of the kids at the same time, the family.
So they're working mothers.
The working mother.
But it's not all work and no play in Ovambo land. At dusk, these young ladies perform a welcome dance for visitors to Ongula Village Homestead Lodge, stomping rhythmically and revealing one of the cultural roots of African American collegiate fraternity and sorority stepping, the urban American sport of double dutch, and yes, even Brazilian samba. In Brazil, he's playing a berimbau. In Namibia, it's an okambulumbumwa.
Namibia presente, even though they don't speak Spanish.
Our journey continues across the Great North, past palm trees and sorghum fields, toward the royal palace of Uukwambi. We're about to go see some of the origins of the traditions that I grew up with back home in the U.S. Official visitors to the palace are welcomed with dance and song, with a vitality I can only hope to possess in a few more years. The royal palace serves as the setting for the infinite administrative and domestic activities of King and Queen Iipumbu, including traditional methods of food preparation for daily living and special occasions, crop cultivation, and law and order proceedings. While the Uukwambi Kingdom has a traditional geographic range within the region of Ovambo land, King Herman Iipumbu represents, within the modern Namibian government, all of the Kwambi people, no matter where they're physically located. Officially called chief, as contemporary English reserves king for national heads of state, the king nevertheless retains the respect and honor due a monarch. Thank you very much, King. We really appreciated the welcoming and being shown around your homestead. It's a wonderful experience for my audience and everyone. Thank you.
Okay.
It was exciting, man. I met an African king, a Namibian king. Tying the kingdom more tightly to the modern government is the royal daughter Lucia Iipumbu, who serves as Deputy Minister of Industrialization, Trade, and Small and Medium Enterprise Development in Windhoek. So as someone who's not from the community, how do I address you? As Your Highness or Princess or the royal daughter?
Because you're not from this community, I would expect you to address me just Lucia.
Lucia.
Yes, simple as that.
Okay, but I'm Southern, so I would have to say Miss Lucia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. That's now your culture.
Okay, true, that's true. So where do you see a place for the traditional African royalty in a modern Namibian society?
Yeah, you know, the Namibian culture is prominent and it's elevated by government itself.
Mm-hmm.
Article 66 of the Namibian Constitution call for traditional customs and activities that were in place to continue, unless otherwise if they are repelled.
Okay.
So that's where the strength of the traditional authorities stem from. So they will remain strong, and I believe they are going to remain intact for as long as we are here. And going forward, we are trying very hard to inculcate a culture of understanding where we're coming from in our younger generations, because we know, like you're saying, with modern technology taking over, sometimes we don't pay much attention to that aspect of culture that's supposed to shape and mold our conducts and our behavior.
Yes, yes. This is my first time ever meeting a king in real life, and obviously we're all human beings. I didn't expect him to be anything other than welcoming and nice, and he absolutely is. But what's most resonant is coming to the homestead and seeing that someone with such great responsibility and respect also has a domestic life with a family like any other.
That was a wonderful experience. I mean, not only do I feel like I'm at home because of this Florida-looking backdrop, but I just felt really welcome and accepted and connecting with my peeps. Wakanda forever. That's what I'm talking about.
We say goodbye to the King and Queen and continue our journey. To the west of Ovambo land are the arid highlands of Kauko land, home to the Himba people. The Himba are part of the Herero nation, and unlike the Herero ladies who wear floor-length dresses inspired by 19th century German missionaries, Himba ladies traditionally coat their bare skin in a covering of ochre and butterfat, which keeps their skin clean and protected in the harsh desert environment of Kauko land. The Himba retain in large part their traditional gender roles. While the men hunt and herd livestock far afield, the women maintain the home, raise the children, milk cows, make jewelry, and of course, cook. Some of the Himba children leave the village to attend school, but the elders instill a great pride in the traditional ways of living. Himba ladies often travel to the nearby market town of Opuwo for supplies and to sell handicrafts. And it's in Opuwo that I, unexpectedly, make a new friend who overhears me speaking Portuguese with my cameraman Pedro.
My name is Beauty. My surname is Tamana.
Okay.
I'm a Himba mixed with Demba.
Okay.
My father tribes are Demba. These people behind us.
Okay, okay.
And they're normally from Angola. We're suffering from hunger.
Okay.
And Himba, my parents, they're from here, from Kaukoran in Namibia.
Okay.
So I'm a mixed up. And I actually stay with my mother, who is a Himba.
Okay.
So I know much more about Himba.
Now, the Himba tradition, they usually wear the ochre-colored skin covering and that kind of thing. But you wear Western clothes here in the city.
Yeah, because I'm schooling here in Opuwo.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
What grade are you in?
I'm in grade 8.
In grade 8?
Yes.
Okay, so what are the things that you're learning right now in school?
Actually, we learn about a lot of things like weather and how to read the weather.
Okay.
The history of Namibia, but as well as a lot of things. Especially as also mathematics, how to count, how to speak English. We all get this from school.
Okay. Pero también hablas español, ¿verdad?
Yeah. And we.
Oui. Es français.
Yes, friends. I mix because I learn them from different people, so I used to make them like that. But I know a lot of language like Spanish, Italian, French, Germany, and also a bit of Polish.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's important, though, because
Yeah.
it means that you can travel in the world and speak to many different people.
Yeah.
All right. Give me a high five. So how do you see traditional Himba villages existing in modern Namibia?
Himba village, it's also, and we saw it as a good place, and also it's still good because we had a lot of things that have not changed from the independence. They keep on reminding the newborn or born free to continue with our traditional or knowing about more about Himbas, what happened on the past.
Now, are you a born free?
Yeah, I'm a born free.
And what does that mean? What does that term mean?
It means the people that have born after the independence.
Okay. After you finish school, do you plan to go back to a traditional Himba village, or what's your plan?
I'm much proud of being a Himba. So if I finish my school, I want to become a doctor and work in Nene so that I can help people from the village who will come to our town, and also so that I can communicate with them in their mother tongue for the communication to be easier.
Wonderful.
Because here we got different type of doctors, and some are from out of Namibia, and it's hard or it's difficult for them to communicate with Himba.
Yes.
Because they need to talk in English, and Himba, some of Himba, they don't know how to speak English. Actually, the one from the village.
Wonderful.
And also, I won't forget going back to the village because I'm proud of being a Himba.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, although I'm a doctor, I will be a doctor. And when I go back to the village, I'm also still a Himba, although I'm a doctor.
Absolutely.
So I'll go back to the village and also be in the town.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
All right. I love it.
Very early the next morning, we truck it across Namibia's vast central plateau en route to the outskirts of Windhoek. In the ancient highlands, a short drive from the capital city, we visit Manfred Gebb, a consummate storyteller who takes me into his rural community to learn about the traditions of the Nama people, descendants of the original Khoikhoi tribes, where we discover an old-school culinary tradition that's actually a vigorous workout.
We are now going to start from the butter process, both processes, and you will take part in the process, and then we'll create butter and gomazam. And then we'll go for lunch.
Butter churning is one of those traditions that requires a little elbow grease, and it's a way for Manfred's community to sustain itself and for visitors to experience a slice of daily life.
Buttery. Is that good enough? Yeah.
I wasn't ready, y'all.
Mixer.
Wow, it's coming. Yes.
Come on.
After a delicious lunch prepared for us by Mrs. Guest, Manfred and I sit down to discuss what he sees as Namibia's future.
So, Namibia, like many other countries, has many different ethnicities, many different groups of people who speak different languages. What do you see in terms of moving towards a unified future here in Namibia?
I think actually there is a plus that we have, because if you've got it in one country, it means that there are many other different countries out there. The world, there is a global village. But if you've got it in one country, and you practice it and you bring it to perfection, then the world is an open place for you. I invite that we have different cultural groups, different ethnic groups, and totally from different cultural backgrounds. I appreciate that fact, because every little thing that you do culturally is totally different. And that's a learning process. If you do things innovatively with different cultures, because I think different cultures is an innovation in itself.
Wow.
Meaning things that you can learn from others and evolve and experience, that's an innovation in itself. Things that we didn't know about the Uukwambi culture that would work here and help our community to grow better, and things that we know about here and that we can take to the other side and make their community a better place. I think if that uniting force can come together, we can make Namibia a better country.
Namibia is vast and spacious. Only Mongolia has less people per square mile. And exploring the north means experiencing but one of many parts of the place. Here, I learned about traditions that influence my culture and in turn, global culture. It's a good feeling. And after visiting the north of Namibia, I know the saying I learned there is true. We meet only to meet again. Northern Namibia is always in my heart. If you enjoyed watching this episode as much as I enjoyed making it, please like and subscribe to the Fly Brother YouTube channel for more episodes from the series, exclusive interviews and outtakes, travel tips, and details about upcoming meetups and trips with me to some of my favorite destinations around the world. Subscribe and let's fly.
To join the Fly Brother travel community or to order your own copy of this episode, visit flybrother.net.